Hello, and if you've seen my video from earlier in the week, you'll know that I've been thinking about nurturing and how I nurtured my son for all those years until he flew. And I was also thinking this week about how we should and can nurture the environments around us as well. And this was brought home to me yesterday when I was out for a walk, because on the way back I came across a bee on the pavement. Now, I think we all know by now that if you see a bee on its own on the ground like that, it's in trouble. And I think we also all know by now the state of the bee population globally, and that we all need to do as much as we can to support it. So when I saw the bee yesterday, I thought, well, what can I do? And there wasn't a lot I could do other than sort of pick it up and put it on a flower, but I didn't know whether that would be enough if this bee is starving. And it's kind of bothered me. And then I woke up this morning and I was thinking about jam jars. Now, just bear with me on this, because there is a connection. I have this kind of thing for jam jars. It's not an obsession as such, but I just have quite a lot of them. I mean, and sometimes I will buy things because I like the jar, not because I like the contents. Anyway, I have an awful lot of jam jars, and sometimes I make jam in them. But anyway, I'm thinking about these jam jars, and I'm thinking that if I picked one of those jam jars and I filled it with 2 parts water, 1 part sugar, and every time I went for a walk I had this little jam jar in my bag, then if I came across a bee in trouble again, I could whip out my little jam jar and give it some of the life-saving syrup. I'd sort of become a bee paramedic. And I thought, if actually we all did that, and I think if you remember some of my earlier videos, when I was doing my walk for water, I'm talking about the power of the individual. And so if individually we all did something like that, and we saved, say, I don't know, 1 bee a week each, that could be hundreds and hundreds of bees, thousands of bees in a week, which could be a hell of a lot in a year. So I've rummaged through my collection of jam jars this morning, and I found 2 candidates. I found this dear little one. There he is. I think he was full of the most disgusting ginger marmalade in existence, so that went down the toilet, but I kept the jar. And then the other one is this lovely little hexagonal one with a little butterfly on the top, which I've had for years, and somebody gave to me. I think it had sweets in it or something, and I've kept it. And I thought, one of those, it's only small, it would drop into my shopping bag, and then I can use it to save a bee. So that's what I'm kind of thinking about today, and it's that idea of small changes that we can do as individuals actually making a massive global change. Oh, and if you're wondering what this is behind me, I planted some kale last year, and I enjoyed it over the winter. I then let it go to seed because the bees and other insects love it. Okay, that's it for today. Have a good weekend, and I will see you next week.